Well, speaking of something that isn't talked, there's been rumors of Danny Garcia versus Robert Guerrero, Danny Garcia versus Shawn Porter, and actually the Porters, both father and son, have been very vocal about wanting to get a fight, and you know, took the comments that Danny said that, you know, Porter was tailor-made. I guess they were offended or ready to prove that Shawn is not tailor-made.
Well, the thing is this. The thing was that Danny didn't say it to offend nobody. It's just boxing. It's like you talk about football. If I talk about the Eagles, you talk about the Jets. You know, you from New York, I'm from Philly. You're always going to defend your team. It's like you talk football. You might see a weakness in a quarterback. You talk about that. It was just something he said, and they took it to another level. It wasn't like we hated him or not like that. I mean, but if it's positive, if it's Porter, if it's, oh, this guy, that guy, doesn't matter. Danny's 147 pounds. He's 31-0. He's 31-0. What should we? I mean, who should we run from? It's not when you run away. You don't even run away from that. When you do your pro debut and stuff like that, you know, it's like who would have took a fight for one of my pro debuts? TJ. You know, who would have took a pro debut like that? The kid was 2-10. I mean, it's a big losing record, but who would have did? A lot of coaches wouldn't even take that record. I know one of my young boys did it. That's to tell you how I train my fighters. I train them beat. It doesn't matter who they fight. It's all up here. Danny's 31-0. Who should Danny run from? The only one I think he should run from is God.
Speaking of running, Ken Porter says that he put in a call and he asked Al Haymon personally, is he protecting Danny Garcia? And Al Haymon responded that he's not, that the fight could be made, but that you guys need to accept.
But the thing is, they talk, like I told you earlier. I don't know what went on. If Al did talk to him, I don't know because I'm not on the phone call. He could say that to you, say that to me, but he probably never talked to Al Haymon. You know what I'm saying? Because barely people talk to Al. Like, a lot of people think they know Al. A lot of people don't even get to, like, might even shake his hand. So, I don't know if he did or not, because I wasn't there, and you also could verify to that. You wasn't there, so you can't really say he did or not. We don't know, and it's a mystery. That's a mystery phone call to me. So, if he did, he did. Al never mentioned nothing to me yet. All I know is this week we should be talking to Al. Our date should be the end of November, the beginning of December. Al asked me, you want Danny back in? I said, sure, why not? Why not? We could do one more before the year's over. The date should be the end of November, the beginning of December. That should be the date. When we get the date, we get the opponent, I'll let you guys know.
In terms of opposition, what are you looking at? Top 5 welterweights, top 10 welterweights, or top 15? What are you looking to get Danny in there? Are you still in the developmental stage with him in his transgression to 147, or is he ready? Is he a full-fledged welterweight and he could take on anybody in the top 10?
Yeah. I mean, that's over. Danny's 47. He's 147 welterweight. He's a welterweight, 31-0. He's fighting whoever. It could be the top 15, the top 20, the top 40, the top 50. It doesn't matter, because doesn't mean the top 10 are the greatest in the world. Because you got 1,000 fighters out of 1,000 that could fight. It's just politics, the names that make it the greatest fights in the world. You could get number 50 and give you a fucking hard-ass fight. And number 3 give you nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to Al. Whatever I want to do, listen, we never picked and scratched nobody with Danny, and I'm being honest to you. That's one thing I would never do to you or the fans or your fans or my fans. Would never lie to them, because I was lied as a child, and I hate liars. If I tell you I'm going to do something, I'll do something. But the one thing I'm going to tell you right now, and if you don't believe me, you could either talk to Eric Gomez, you could talk to Robert Diaz for the matchmaker from Golden Boy, you could ask Al Haymon, you could ask Sam Watson. When they gave me names, I never turned nobody down. I always take the first name they give me. I never picked and scratched. This guy, this guy. They give me 5 out of the 5. I always ask, who's the killer out of the 5? That's what I ask. Who's considered the killer out of the 5? When they say this guy, I say, that's what we want now. Because you always want your fighter to fight the best. I always told Danny to fight always the best. That's what's going to make him a better fighter. Because if you fight nobody, not meaning nobody, I don't mean like that, like make it sound like that. In boxing word, that's boxing word. We call it nobody. You know what I'm talking about. Meaning, it don't mean that they don't good fighters. It just means name. Like, people look at them like that. But it doesn't mean that. Like, I'm not looking. Danny's 31-0. When you're 31-0, you fight the best in the world. And whoever, and to me, at 47, the best in the world are Floyd Mayweather. He's the number 1 gun.
All right.